Bah! That's like 5 shots. Like, wait, hold on, 5 shots later.
On this episode of 3 Shots, 3 Questions, we're in Houston, Texas with music duo Gio Chamba. They're combining cumbia rhythms with groovy guitar riffs and a Latin hip hop vibe unlike anything you've ever heard before. And we're gonna find out how it all got started. Gio, Coffee, thank you for joining us on 3 Shots, 3 Questions.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'll tell you how the show goes. We're gonna take a shot of tequila, I'll ask you a question, and then we'll repeat that for questions 2 and 3. If you're ready to get started,
let's do
we'll
it.
take the first shot.
Salud.
All right.
Salud.
Salud.
Hey.
Gio, Coffee, both of you guys bring a unique set of talents to the music. Tell me the story about how you guys got together and how the duo Gio Chamba was formed.
We both, grew up playing music with a lot of different bands, a lot of different styles and everything, and so we had a lot of mutual friends, and of course that made us friends on Facebook without actually having to meet each other in person. One day, randomly during lunch break, it was both of our lunch breaks, we happened to work around the same area. We were at a restaurant, and I passed by and he was sitting down, I was like, hey, you're Coffee, right? We just sat down and started talking about stuff and all that. And
Quite honestly, that first time that we ran into each other, it kind of felt like, we were old friends seeing each other, after a long period of time.
yeah, exactly. At that time, I had started a monthly dance party at a place called Alley Cat. It was like, cumbia vibes and all that, like DJ said, but I also brought my guitar and all that. So I was like, hey man, if you want to come through, just play some congas and stuff, like just jam. And he came and was like ripping it up on the congas, going crazy. I was like, man, like I had never seen anybody play like that. I had a show at a Free Press Summerfest, and I was like, man, do you want to play? And he was just like, yeah, let's go. Man, it was wild, man. But that was our first show, and we're like, what's next? Let's keep going. We both agree it's all about sharing love through music.
You have to be open-hearted. Both of us, I feel, are that way in a lot of different extremes. It makes it very easy to be able to come together and work as a unit. You know what I mean? And that is very important.
Let's move on to question number 2, which means shot number 2.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Oh my God, Becky.
Salud. In Spanish, chamba is a colloquial way of saying job.
Yeah.
But according to UrbanDictionary.com, it means marijuana.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with the name Gio Chamba?
Well, it's actually a combination of all that.
Yeah.
One day it came to me, I was making food, I was like, at like my parents and stuff, like, it was like years ago, and I was just like, yeah, I gotta come up with a name and stuff, just cooking up some stuff. And like my parents were leaving somewhere, and my dad was like already ready to go, and my mom was like, ay, no me ayudas con esto, ¿por qué no agarras esta caja de aquí, no sé qué, something like that. And then my dad's like, no, pues yo pensaba que era tu chamba, yo ya estoy listo, and like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And whenever I heard chamba, I was like, whoa, like, chamba, I was like, that's a really phonetic word, like anybody in any language can say chamba, and then I looked it up real quick, I was like, and it's also a province in India too. All my friends that I told, they were like, yeah, that's it, like that's you, because sometimes I would do like 3 or 4 shows a day, and whenever I met him, we get along so well, first of all, and then our work ethic is like the same too, like where we both want to like work hard and go hard, like that's what chamba is.
Shot number 3, question number 3.
Para todos. And this is really smooth. Yeah, what is this? Uno más.
Uno, por favor, blanco.
Gracias.
You guys have this very spiritual vibe, a very high consciousness vibe to your music and your personalities. Where does that come from, and how does that influence your music?
That has everything to do with having an open heart and practicing having an open heart. That's really important to us. As an artist, you want to be able to express yourself genuinely.
A place like Puerto Rico, for example, there's a lot of nature. And whenever you're experiencing their music, it's the same thing. You're like, whoa, like we don't have this back home, like at all. Like what they're talking about is the experiences that they go through every day, you know, like, and they put it in metaphors and all kinds of things like that. But over here in the city, it's kind of like you're constantly in the city, it's so busy and all that. So like a lot of the times, like inspiration comes at different times. And I realized that in some of the songs that we've written, like on our last album, there's this one called H-Town, you know, I'm talking about a certain street navigation out here in Houston, you know what I mean, that we're always rolling by. I did the same thing, and I was like, whoa, like that's amazing, you know, like it makes you feel like that's the connection right there.
Gio, Coffee, thank you for joining us
Thank you for having us.
on 3 Shots, 3 Questions.
Salud!
Thank you for having us. Salud.
Hey.
You guys should maybe like jam a little bit for us?
Yeah. Let's do it.
El Mero Conguero and the Mexican Jimi Hendrix?
Oh,
I mean, come on, dude.
Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit. That's after 3 shots, 3 questions. Hey, te digo nunca va para el movimiento. Te digo nunca va para el movimiento. Porque tengo que trabajar este momento. Building momentum, I keep coming up with ways to showcase everything I feel inside. But if I try to find the right mind outside of myself, I might as well be in a prison cell. No shackles on me, I'm my own personal army.